The Christmas lights that stayed on for a decade. I remember the smell of pine and the way the snow felt like needles against my face. It was December, and my 7-year-old son, Leo, was practically vibrating with excitement. He wanted the big display, the kind that could be seen from space. I was exhausted, but he looked at me with those wide eyes and said, "Dad, if we don't light up the porch, the North Pole won't know we're home." I climbed the ladder, reaching for the gutter with a string of multicolored LEDs, when the world just tilted. I remember the sound of the ladder sliding against the brick, and then nothing but cold black static. I woke up in a room that smelled like industrial bleach. My head felt like it was being squeezed in a literal vice. I reached up to touch my forehead, but my arm felt heavy, like it was made of lead. A nurse walked in, dropped her clipboard, and just stood there with her mouth open. She didn't say a word, she just ran out to get a doctor. I was so confused. I just wanted to know if I'd finished the lights. When the door finally opened again, my wife, Sarah, walked in. She looked different. Gray hair was peeking through her temples, and her face was lined with a kind of exhaustion I didn't recognize. She was holding the hand of a young man, tall, broad-shouldered with a light dusting of a beard. I looked at Sarah and whispered, "Where's Leo?" The young man stepped forward, his eyes welling up with tears, and he said, "Dad, it's me. I'm 18. The room went cold. I hadn't been asleep for a night. I'd been gone for 11 years. I missed the middle school graduations, the first heartbreaks, the driving lessons. I was a stranger in a body that wouldn't even let me stand up to hug my own son. A few weeks later, they finally brought me home in a wheelchair. As we pulled into the driveway, I looked up at the roofline. I expected to see a house that had moved on, but there they were, faded by the sun, caked in dust, but still perfectly clipped to the gutters. Sarah saw me looking, and she squeezed my hand. She whispered, "We never took them down, because we told him as long as they were up, you'd find your way back to us."